This is Comic Geek Speak, episode 31. You're listening to Comic Geek Speak, a proud member of the Comics Podcast Network. I'm Brian Deemer.
Matt.
I'm Jamie D.
I'm Shane Kelly.
I'm Peter Rios.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
I'm prepared.
Stop saying that.
But I'm not prepared for the show. No, actually, I think we're prepared this time.
Oh, yeah.
Unlike the last time. So, welcome to episode 31 of Comic Geek Speak. And once again, we have a full house, which is always much better than half full houses that we have. So,
a full house is better than an empty nest.
Oh, shut up. Which show was better, Full House or Empty Nest? Empty Nest, right?
I never watched any of them.
Empty Nest, I actually enjoyed that as a kid.
I'm going to go right into some emails here. We have one from Tim DeMar. Ooh, his you guys don't like this. His email address is Dark Knight Batman. I'm not going to say at where, because in case he doesn't want to get emails. But
No wonder I couldn't get it.
yeah, that bastard stole your email address. He says, hey guys, there has been something that has been getting under my skin for quite some time now. Downloading comics. Yes, apparently people are scanning comics new and old to put on the internet for fans to read for free. I think if this catches on, the comic book industry might go under. Do you think that these people are putting Marvel, DC, etc. in trouble here? From what I read, Joe Quesada and Dan DiDio both said it hasn't been a huge problem yet. Anyways, keep up the great work. I will always be a faithful listener. Also, you guys should cover some of the newer items in comics. Alan Moore's Second Leave of DC, the current Infinite Crisis, and House of M. Thanks. All right, Tim. To answer your first question, the scanning and downloading of comics. Personally, I don't think it's going to be a big deal because there are way too many comics for people to be scanning. I mean, that would be a full-time job if people were scanning every single new comic. It's a pain in the ass to download them because you got to go on some fly-by-night sites or, some file sharing systems, and you get all kinds of spyware and crap. And you can go. Marvel has some comics for free that you can read on their website every month. Every week they put up another comic or two. Their digital, it's regular stuff you can buy on the shelf. It's usually a couple months old, but it's something it's a regular book. It's just not fun reading comics online. It's fun to hold them in your hands and read them. So I think 99% of people will still go out and buy comics or borrow them from their friends or whatever, or go to Borders and sit in the chair and read it for free off the shelf before they download them, because it's just not, it's a pain, you have to scroll, you can't see the whole thing, because if you can't see the whole thing, then the word balloons are too small, so then you got to zoom in, and then you can't see again, and it's just, I don't think it's going to be an issue.
I have a couple friends that have done that they, one acquaintance got rid of his entire collection because he got them all on disc, and I don't know how he stands to do it. And another one was just doing it with a specific Spawn series, which I don't know why he's doing that anyway.
Yeah, why are you reading Spawn?
Yeah, but I need that tangible. I need to hold it, to read it, to look at it. I just need that experience. There's no way I could do it online on a computer screen.
Yeah.
For me, it's one word, trademark. And if this starts to become a problem, the same way they went after, the people for downloading Napster and all that kind of stuff. Warner Brothers kind of has some money to go after these people. So I don't think it's a big deal, and I agree with what everybody's saying. It's a tangible medium. You want to touch the comic. You want to read it. You want to hold it. Same way with downloading books.
You want to love it.
That's right.
Read it. I ruined it.
I was just thinking, didn't Stan Lee have a comic book series that was just available online?
Yeah,
and that doesn't seem to have taken off. So, I mean, for me, I get eye strain if something like a comic. It's going to be eye strain to.
Yeah,
read,
there
especially
are.
if you read more than one title.
there are a lot of people who have like online comics and basically, but what they do is they usually do it like a comic, like a newspaper strip. It's like 4 panels a day or a week
Right,
or something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, that I can tolerate a lot more than
Yeah,
the
but
whole book.
it's usually their own creation. It's not that they're showing you,
Exactly.
the latest issue of Day of Vengeance or something.
I'll admit that I have downloaded some D&D books, only because usually, when you buy some of these, like I have the Player's Handbook and the Dungeon Master's Guide and that kind of stuff, because you use that over and over and over again. But some of the other books, it's like, I want like 1 page of one book. I want to read the rules for this one character. I'm not spending $29.95 on a hardcover so I can look at 1 page of the book. And I don't feel guilty about it because, first of all, now I haven't played D&D for over a year now anyway, so it's not like I'm even getting any use out of the books I did buy. But they got enough of my money. TSR, whatever, Wizards of the Coast now, bastards.
Yeah, I don't see it becoming a problem. I really don't. I mean, when I know when I sell some books on eBay, I usually scan in like certain images, like if it's a really cool shot of a character, but that's because I'm for my own enjoyment. I don't spread it, I mean, I want to use it for for like the encyclopedia, like you were talking about last podcast, or for the trivia board, create little images on the board, but I mean, that's for us. That's not for any monetary reason.
Right.
Well, I know it came up before about a website, and I know there's been certain books that I've picked up just because I was curious at the title of the storyline itself, not necessarily because once I have it, I don't mind trying to get rid of it. But so if it was more older stuff in that aspect, I know there's some storylines from before I was born that seem interesting to me. That the chances of finding them trade paperback or physically in your hands is impossible. That I don't mind. I don't know. It's current stuff. I don't think that's a good idea, but just like I said, I don't necessarily need to own the issues, but if I could just read the storylines that just seem interesting to me, that I don't mind.
Yeah, I
So
don't
we're
think it's
here to
ever
let
gonna-
you know that it's wrong.
Yeah.
Just say no.
I just don't think. I mean, I'm a computer professional. I'm all day long on the internet. That's my job. I'm a web developer. If there's something on the internet, I can get it if I want it. If it's out there, I will find it, and I won't get viruses because I know how to do it because that's my job. And I'll tell you what, I have never even thought about going and downloading comics because I have no interest in that at all. So I could get any DVD you want, I can get any MP3 you want, I could get any book you want, but I'm not going to go download any comics. It has no appeal to me whatsoever. And I think most comic collectors, I mean, maybe some 13-year-old kid who doesn't have enough allowance and he wants to read the new issues, and there must be people scanning that stuff, but I really don't see it affecting sales in a great way.
Yeah, and where's the fun of being a collector and not having it? That's why you get comics, is because the person who dies with the most toys wins. Most toys wins. You know what I mean? So it's like, why would you not want that in your hand? That's what being a collector is about.
Hey, so thanks, Tim, for that.
On his other couple things, I think we cover Infinite Crisis and stuff pretty well.
Yeah.
But House of M, I'm not going to talk about that. I
want to talk about it, but I haven't read it yet because
Right.
I'm waiting for the trades, which
Right.
I know Marvel's going to end up getting like $100 out of me for the 17 different trades they're going to release with their House of M. But I'm going to pick and choose. I'll probably end up reading most of them, but depends on which month they come and how much other stuff I'm buying. But so I kind of got to wait.
Oh,
'cause
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know anything about it other than it's something that Brian Michael Bendis conceived. So that's all I know because I don't read any of the spoilers. I don't read any of the things I don't need to know. So I'll just read it and I'll find out and then I'll talk to you about it.
Yeah, I mean I guess that's the thing. Like even with Infinite Crisis, all that's kind of going on now, so we
Right.
almost can't talk about it
Right.
because we want to be spoiler free. What was the first one that he mentioned? Do you have it still up?
Let me go back here.
I mean all that's going on, so
It
it's
says,
kinda hard.
well, Alan Moore's second leave of DC.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is interesting.
Yeah. He basically said bye once again, and he's going to finish out his contract, and he's gone.
He's a strange cat, man.
Yeah.
That guy.
As-
One minute he's never doing comics again, never writing comics again, and then all of a sudden, well, yes, the third run of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen will come out one of these days. It's like, well, you just said you were never going to write them again. Well, maybe you already had it written. Maybe he's Stephen King, and he has 4,000 books in the pipeline, and even though he's retired, he'll be posthumously publishing books. I don't know what the deal is there.
Yeah.
But
Does anybody know? It was a comment that Joel Silver made about
Oh, really?
V for Vendetta, I think.
No, I didn't hear the details.
Yeah, he made a comment about something that just irked Alan Moore, and then Alan Moore wanted an apology, and I guess Joe Silver said no or whatever. Or I think he asked Paul Levitz to demand an apology from them. I guess it's either V for Vendetta or maybe the Watchmen movie, which is tanked now anyway.
Yeah, they bagged that thing.
Yeah. So, and he's already against. He already says, I'm disassociating myself with the movies that are based on my comics because that's a whole nother thing. And he wasn't happy about ABC going to DC in the first place. So I guess this is just his way of going by.
Did you see Natalie Portman has shaved her head for that V from Vendetta? It
Yeah.
wasn't anything important, just about Natalie Portman shaving her head for V for Vendetta.
Yeah, I mean she doesn't look that good with hair anyway. But
Really?
I
You gotta be kidding me.
Natalie Portman.
She was hot pregnant in I forgot.
She
Forgot who I was
looks like
dealing
she
with.
would break too easily. I just and now she got the shaved
That better
head.
be a lot of fun breaking.
Hey, I think your buddy North Star is on your cell phone.
All right.
You punks.
We got another one here from Paul Andrew Giuliano. He's from Waltham, Massachusetts. He says, "Add that pin to the map." So
Yeah.
Nice.
actually, I'm probably going to make a separate map now just for the United States because I have one for the whole world, and so just the United States is filled in because
Right,
we have listeners
there.
from the United
Right.
States. So now I might have to break it down state by state as well because now I'm getting
Yeah.
all these people.
Definitely.
So
City
I got
by
more
city.
work.
I came onto the podcast site and I'm like, damn, he's already got a map up. I didn't even get it. I couldn't even search for one.
Yeah.
You're too quick.
I was bored one day at work and I went, I must do this right now. Okay, he says, "Hi guys. First off, let me say I love your program. Rock on and keep up the good work." Well, we very much appreciate that. My questions are about comic book storage and filing. You see, I have a budding collection. Nothing massive as I just picked up the hobby again after many years of hiatus. All I have is about 2 short boxes worth. Oh, I remember those days.
I remember those days.
The problem is, I hate the short boxes. Almost as much as I hate the long boxes. They're unwieldy, and they cause a problem when you alphabetize. I find myself constantly switching the contents of the box. I'd rather spend more time reading and rereading than filing, although I must admit I'm pretty anal retentive about their order. I've Googled around and I can't seem to find any sort of alternative. There is the 3-ring binder solution, but that's pricey and still not the greatest solution. What do you guys do? Also, what filing methods do you use? Right now, I'm doing a purely alphabetical solution. Do you separate by series as well? Any hints for this? Any hints for this collector would be helpful. Yours in OCD, Paul.
That's great.
I suffer from the exact same thing.
God, do
my
we
friend.
have an hour? Wow.
For Peter's dissertation on that, yeah, we need an hour.
See, for me, it's real simple. All my comics are in long boxes. Absolutely 100% purely alphabetical. I don't put anything with anything. If it's one issue of something that was a special, it goes where that is in the alphabet. Because if I want to find it later, that's where I'm going to find it.
That's
And-
exactly how I am.
And if I fill a box and it's mid span, I'm halfway through Hulk and I got to go to the next box, that's fine. I have little stickers on the front of each box.
Is it Hulk or is it Incredible Hulk? Like, how do you, or like Uncanny X-Men? What do you do for that?
Well, because there are so many X books, I have Uncanny in the U's. But Hulk, there's only one Hulk book, so I just have it under H for Hulk. Okay. And the same with Iron Man. It's not Invincible Iron Man or whatever. But and if I get I have little stickers on the front of each box. It says from such and such a title to such and such a title. And then if I split Hulk, well, then it says something to Hulk, and then Hulk to something on the next box. And then I just keep pasting a new sticker over top of the old one as I change the contents of a box because it gets too full and I have to space them out or whatever.
I have all short boxes. I would love to have something else more like what I think Peter's going to talk about, but I do all short boxes purely alphabetical. I've always done it, and I would also suggest if you can do it and you want to do it, keep up with bags and boards. I started that with when I had 2 boxes, about 200 comics, and stuck with it through the last 20 years and have everything bagged and board to this day.
All mine are. And I also have every comic entered into the computer.
Yeah.
I wrote my own comic inventory program that I do searches and all that stuff on it, so they're all in there. It took me a while to enter them all, but now that I have it, it's very easy to keep up to date.
Yep.
Now you're gonna get you're gonna get
Yeah, you're
emails
gonna
for
get-
for that program.
That's fine. If somebody wants the program, I can email you the program.
$5.99. Send to.
No, it's no big deal. I mean, there are a few bugs in it, but it serves my purpose exactly the way that I like to organize my comics and the way I like to enter my information. And so I'm pleased with it. If I wrote it for myself. If somebody wants it, they can have it, but there's no technical support provided. If it wants a new feature, too bad. It's not going to happen. But Peter,
it's insane.
Do your current filing system and then your dream filing system.
The way I have them stored.
The way you have them now, and then talk about what you would like to find.
The way I have my books now, I mean, they're in alphabetical order, DC, Marvel, Independence, all mixed in. But all the Superman titles are under S for Superman. Because I hate when... I know you're going to hate that. But I hate when you want to read a story and it crosses over into other books and you got to... I have 20-some long boxes, and I know Jamie probably has a lot, too. I mean, Kevin has how many, And our one friend probably has like 100 long boxes.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go to like 5 different long boxes to read one story. So, and not only are they all together, but they're in order of how they come out.
Ugh.
So like my action adventure,
I don't even want to hear that.
Adventures of Superman, and Superman, all those 3 are like boom, boom, boom.
That's awful.
Same thing with my Titans. It goes Teen Titans, the original 60, 70 series, New Teen Titans, then the Baxter run, and it keeps adding on so that I can literally just... And then I also have Outsiders mixed in with my Titans because they're kind of bouncing back and forth. All my X-Men are together. All the Spider-Mans under S. So that's kind of how I do mine and that's basically, they're the
They're
dogs.
the dogs.
Yay!
I think we just got visitors at the house, so
Okay.
my in-laws just showed up.
So that's just basically for, just so I can quick get at them.
Now, I actually like your idea of chronological order as far as that goes,
God.
to be able to read things like that, a whole story, but I
Right.
could never do it.
Yeah,
No, that's-
I have my own separate list of all my books in chronological order. That's insane.
That is way, way too anal retentive.
Well,
See,
to
now,
me,
Matt-
that's not anal retentive at all because no one anal retentive could enter their comic. No, there's a
What?
visiting dog.
That's a
Get
visiting
out.
dog. A guest dog.
We never had a guest
What's your
dog
name?
before.
Okay.
Now, Matt, you always tease me about having way too much time, even though I have kids. Peter's
Yeah.
got way
Wait,
too
what were you
much
gonna
time.
say
I was
about
going to
that?
say that's not anal retentive because you're anal retentive. You couldn't possibly have things out of order like that because
Yeah.
they are not chronological in publishing date and story. That is not books that go by title and they got to
Number.
go. Damn it, that's the way they are in comic books anyway.
Right.
Books on a shelf are different. Like the Lord of the Rings on
That
my
all goes
bookshelf
together, yeah.
are the order that the books were published,
Right.
not the title of the book. But that's the same way comics are. Comics are published by the number that's on the comic. So that's the way I put them in my boxes. I couldn't see Superman number 187 next to Adventures of Superman number this. No. Oh my God, my head would explode if I
But-
tried to put.
But
Yep.
then you have to remember the little diamond on those Superman comics, where that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, the way they were supposed
23,
to read 'em.
24, 25,
That's
26.
the only
That's
book
Yeah,
they
I
did that
don't
with.
care.
Yeah,
But
they don't
I-
do that
that's-
anymore, do they?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Which I did like that for a time when I wouldn't pick up every living book in the world, and they have storylines that I wanted to read. I could go out and do it that way.
Well, I mean
It
that's
was
that's
easier.
nice for the reader's convenience,
Yeah.
but for storing your
For storing,
comics,
no.
No.
Go by
Yeah,
title.
that's just a list that I have, and actually I like that list because it helps me with like some encyclopedia things, and especially like if I want to see where certain ideas came before other ideas. Like I use it more for like research more than anything. As far as storing, the one thing that I really would love to do, but again, he even said it, it's inexpensive. I would love to find not so much a 3-ring binder, but slip cases. Like
Like a magazine slipcase.
well, they would have to be comic size, though. That's the only thing.
Right.
And that they would store maybe, I don't even know, 25 to 35 books or whatever. And so that you could put them on a shelf. They wouldn't stick out as far as long boxes. Now, granted, that shelf and that wall would have to be pretty big.
Even short boxes wouldn't stick out as far as them.
No, not at all. And so,
Well, I used to do that when I was still a teenager at the comic book store when we bought our boards. The boards
that's
came
right.
in a little box, and they opened sideways, like on end. And I used to, and it had lines right on it, said issues, and it was like made to that. You would take the boards out, put comics in the bags and boards, and then put the comics with the bags and the boards back in those boxes.
I never saw that.
And I did that, and I
Yeah,
wrote, and I
I
used to have
remember
like 20 or
Wow.
30 of those before I started getting all the long boxes. And I had them sitting up, sitting on my floor, all standing on, and so I could see which was in which. I actually still have a few. I have some of my Marvel Universe
Wow.
things in there still.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that would be like my dream. It's not perfect. You still would have to adjust and move, but you probably wouldn't have to do so much adjusting.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as near as much.
Because you would
shifting
try to
around.
like contain one slipcase would have like one series.
right,
and-
if it was 1 through 10, you were never going to have to squeeze anything
Exactly.
in between it because
Exactly.
You just shift the containers around.
Yeah,
Now,
but
the
that gets expensive.
The first time I saw that, what you're talking about, was in Mallrats. Brody Bruce's character has exactly that in his wall.
Oh, I don't remember
everything's-
that.
Everything's sideways. When they first go down in the basement, everything's right there, almost like record albums.
it's kind of like they stamp collecting albums, or I mean it's a 3-ring binder, but they're real thick and boxy, and they have slip cases that they come in, so it's not just the photo album, it's actually slipped into a slipcase. So
Yeah.
I could see that, and somebody probably makes them somewhere,
Yeah,
but you'd
I'm
have to
sure.
buy a shitload of them. I
Heck
mean,
yeah.
if you're only fitting 20 or so comics in a thing, good lord.
I think we should create it and become entrepreneurial.
I mean,
well, you could.
we
Just
always
get
talk-
somebody to manufacture it.
we always talk about putting on the forum pictures of our comic book rooms. I mean, if I would love to see.
Well, we're going to do a
somebody
whole
else.
show on that.
Oh, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm in the process of cleaning mine up.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you do, Jamie? Just long boxes or?
For me, it's I'm probably the worst of.
Oh, no.
Worst.
Oh yeah,
of
you
all
don't
of
even
us.
want to know.
No, it's not that I'm anal retentive or anything like that. It's just that I have stuff that's in bags and boards, some stuff that's not in bags and boards. It's in the basement. I have. Last time I counted was probably around 30 to 40 long boxes. I know I just bought about 5 new ones. It's Marvel, DC, Independence, all alphabetical order, alphabetical and numerical.
So you have them all in order now?
Because
there was a time.
I have basically probably the last year or so of the new stuff. I don't have in order. I have it in order in like stacks, but I haven't put it into the box themselves. But I do have everything in order. In order that way.
Do you
So, I
remember
mean,
that time many moons ago when I came over to your house to help you organize your books?
Yeah.
I thought I was going to have to kill him. I thought I was going to have to take all of his comic books as punishment because he had them all in boxes, but I'm going through and it's just like the order that he bought them. It was just like piles of, and we're like, okay, put the Wonder Woman's in this pile, put the this on this pile. Oh my god! And
See,
we got
I love rearranging my books. There
Oh, I
was
do
a time
too.
when
I
I
do too.
didn't have 20 boxes where I used to just dump everything out and have to redo them again just because.
No, from day one, I had them in order, and so as my collection has grown, now the only thing that I changed was a number of years ago. I changed and I went purely alphabetical because I used to have Marvel, DC, and Independence, but then I used to have like all the Image together and all the Dark Horse together, and then these different independent companies would come and go, and so then you weren't sure if you should keep them together or put them separate. So then I just went, screw that, I don't like it anymore. Just 100% alphabetical, and I'm much more happy. with
I've
that.
always been 100% alphabetical.
Yeah, I mean, there was even a time when I would pull out a title. If I was collecting a title, I would pull that whole run out and put it towards the front. Like everything I was reading they were on like the top boxes, and everything that I wasn't collecting was all on the bottom because I figured I would never go into that, if I wasn't collecting it. But then that too then just became a nuisance, and definitely what Shane said, bag and board. I mean, start now. If you only have 2 short boxes, do it now
Do it
because
now.
it's going to grow and grow, and you're going to be like, oh, I need like 5,000 bags and boards.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What I would like to have is, keeping with the long box style of organization, but to have a giant like floor-to-ceiling cabinet built with drawers where it was like the size of a long box would slide out on a
Yep.
drawer. Now this would have to be a heavy-duty construction because those boxes weigh a ton, but there are drawer pulls that can handle that. It's
Sure.
no big deal.
Like
And-
what they have at the morgue.
Yeah, well,
Well,
I mean,
even
exactly.
legal offices have those kind of
right,
drawers.
those cabinets support a ton of weight.
Yeah.
And so then, because right now, I mean, I have them all on a shelf, but I have to heave the box off the shelf, put it on the floor, rifle through, pick it back up, slide it on the shelf. So if I just had a drawer, I could just pull it out and then rifle through, and just slide the drawer right back in.
Would you get one of those ladders that like slide around?
I
Oh,
would.
yeah. Oh, yeah,
You better
totally,
fucking
totally.
believe I would.
Uh-huh.
Come on. Absolutely.
And then
But
to add to that, I would love to have it like hermetically. Is it that the word hermetically sealed with a little like thumbprint
Temperature
lock?
controlled.
Yeah, temperature controlled, humidity
Humidity.
controlled.
That's what Harlan Ellison
Yeah.
has.
Yeah.
That's,
I
I
read
saw
an
that on
interview
TV.
with him. He has, a
It's
hermetically
neat.
sealed, atmospherically,
Yeah.
oh, it's crazy.
That's the shit.
But of course, I'm selling all my comics now on eBay, so I won't really be an issue. I'll just need bookshelves for all my trades.
Right.
It will be a library of trades.
You're damn right it will be.
You'll never get rid of all your single issue comics, though.
no,
I
not
won't
certain
get rid of
things.
Gru.
Yeah.
Right.
That's really, that's more or less the only thing.
Really?
That
You think you're going to get down to all that just to Gru?
If somebody wants to buy them,
Hmm.
and you know
Okay.
what? If I don't know if I'll ever sell Gru for emotional purposes, but if they re-release Gru in trades and they did the entire run, like I wouldn't sell a single issue until I had every issue in trade, because I wouldn't want to risk that now I have half the run and half in trades, because that would just drive me nuts. But if they did that and they had all the trades, it was like 20 trades or whatever with everything Gru, I might consider selling them. I might, but probably always have that one long box that's in the corner that's my Gru.
Now, like over the last year, I've collected a whole lot of trade paperbacks myself, just of things that I don't want to go search out back issues. And just maybe a month ago, I finally dedicated to rearranging all of my shelving I have to fit all the trades, and I had a blast doing that. And again, just like any other bookstore or something, they're all alphabetical.
Yeah, my trades are actually currently not alphabetical because they kind of grew without, and now I have to rearrange my room because I have so many trades now. I have to rearrange that, and it's bugging me every time I go to put a new trade away. I'm like, I gotta do this. This is nuts. I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, I have to do the same thing. Well, that was the problem with that though. See, is that Marvel now all makes all their trades, and they have the little Marvel logo at the top, and it's the exact same height. And it's like, if I start putting, then they won't, like right now, I have them all next to each other because it looks neat. It's like, bam, Marvel. As soon as I put them alphabetically, they'll be all scattered, and then it's gonna bug me.
No, I just bought 2 big bookshelves to put all my graphics on, and it looks so cool because I have it DC, boom, and then Marvel. I have like all the essentials all in like 2 rows, and looks so cool. Then all the, like you said, all the Marvel has that Marvel logo on it. Looks so cool when you have all those Marvels sitting in
I'm
there.
probably gonna do my trades Marvel, DC, and other. For that reason, because then I can put them all next to each other.
Right.
I'll still alphabetize them next to each other, but they'll be all right. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to do that.
That's my one beef. I pulled the Sin City trades out from the collection because they are a smaller format, the new ones.
Right.
And it was driving me crazy because right in the middle of my trades is this little tiny thing, tiny book, so I took them out and they're sitting somewhere else separate.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm visually and numerically and alphabetically oriented, so it's like, oh, God, what do I do? And the one thing that I really hate is when these freaking publishers change format in the middle of a run.
Oh, yeah.
So now, like, the little numbers on the end are a little higher, a little lower, different font. It's like, you pricks, you pick a design, you stay with it to the end. As far as I'm concerned, no logo will ever change. No, nothing will ever change. They'll never put the different thing in the corner differently. Nothing. Just it's from the minute they make it, it would still look like it was 1938 for me with the graphics, with the comics, if it was up to me. Because once you do it, that's done. It never changes. Drives me nuts.
And now DC's going through a whole.
Oh,
they
the
got
new
their
logo. Screw the new logo.
You know what? Me and Peters talked about this. I had an idea that since I'm getting
God,
so
listen
much
to this.
DC right now, I thought, well, I'll just get one of everything for the first month only that has the DC logo, the new DC logo. I thought it'd be kind of cool. Well, here I'm going through my orders and preview magazines or whatever. Here I'm getting every DC book, like DC Universe, Batman, Superman type book, not every like Wildstorm, all those, but every regular DC Universe book, all but like 5. So I'm like, well, shit, I'm just gonna pick up those 5.
That's
Yeah.
like 50
It's
some
like
issues.
50
that
books.
He,
Yeah, and up until like a month before Star Wars came out, when I was reading the novel, I was totally caught up on all of them too, except miniseries. Like miniseries, unless it pertains to storylines, I usually put those on the back burner. But yeah, I'm looking at the thing going, oh, shit, man, I get like 50
And that's
some books just
including the
from DC.
miniseries too, like that
Yeah.
Lex Luthor, Man of Steel, and all the
Breach.
Batman ones, Breach.
Yeah, so there's like 5
Holy
issues that I'm not
mackerel.
getting right now currently. Now that'll of course go
I
down.
thought I was
eventually,
bad.
but yeah, and that just came about since Identity Crisis, Infinite Crisis, all that.
I get 0. If you
crazy.
on actual
Yeah.
But then
comics,
again, my
right?
Marvel list went way, way down to almost nothing.
All right. Hey, we got the Comic Geekos answer to their last. They asked us what movies we would like to see made out of comic books or comic runs, and so now they're going to answer the question that they asked us. So let's give that a listen.
Esto es Comic Geekos.
Hello, Brian, Peter, and Shane, and Jimmy, Jamie, and ¿cuál era otro? Scott.
And friends.
And friends, yes. We are Los Comic Geekos. And
we just moved into a larger room.
yes, that was in the bathroom. I had to record that in the bathroom. Anyways, we have our answers to the crossover number 3. And I guess I will start. Oh, by the way, let me tell you who is here. Everybody's here. We got Tico Man here.
Hi, how you doing?
We have Brito Man.
Hello.
We have Julius.
Hello there.
And via Skype, we have Sensei.
Hi.
All right. And I'm going to start things off.
Repeat the question.
The question was, which are the characters or storylines that we would most like to see turned into a film? And I think the character that I would really like turned into a film, but you got to be really careful on how you do it, would be Gru. And I just really would hate it a lot if they did something like what they did to poor George of the Jungle, and they turned it into a I don't know, just an idiotic character, which he really kind of is, but you know.
Maybe it should be like CGI thing or something.
Yeah, something like that. Or, you know, get Sergio Aragones to approve everything. And another one that I would kind of like a lot would be some sort of like a criminal, or not a criminal. What do you call it?
Anti-hero?
An anti-hero story, something like the Apocalypse origin story, or maybe a Mr. Sinister origin, and explain how these guys turn into really bad guys. You know. And those are my...
Like Darth Vader?
And he conquers the world. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Pinky and the Brain.
Pinky and the Brain.
Conquer the world, you hear?
Oh, Tico Man, you would do a great brain.
Sure, thanks. Okay.
Okay, let's see.
Who will be Pinky?
Tico Man? Who would be Pinky? Julius?
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Not Pinky. Hello there again. My selections. Green Lantern, the first one. Since I've been a kid, I have wanted to watch a movie with him. I know there is one in pre-production already. The one that we heard the rumor several months ago about they were thinking about. John Black is the name of the guy?
Jack
Black.
Jack Black.
Sorry, planning for him to be Hal Jordan, and that was weird, really. And thanks God they told everybody it was not true. Well, besides that, no.
Well, they were actually thinking about it.
Somebody was talking about it, and then they canceled it, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe they tried to do like Starkey and Hutch. But the new
Maybe.
maybe something like
More
that.
like a comedy angle.
That sucks.
Okay, even though I know that Dennis the Menace not was that good a movie, I will risk suggesting one with Calvin and Hobbes. However, everybody tell me here that won't happen, but hey,
will not allow.
I'm dreaming here. So next, I would like to watch a movie with one of the nice girls in comics books. Something like maybe Electra. It has been done already.
After your comment of Dennis the Menace, if you want a girl movie, maybe it's Betty and Veronica from Archie's naked. We are dreaming.
R-rated version.
R-rated.
Okay, Catwoman already done. I will propose what?
Black
Birds
Cat?
of Prey, maybe. One for the Black Cat. Well, it may be. She may appear in the new Spider-Man movie. So. Danger Girl. Hey, you know what?
Would be a good.
I
Bond
delete my other proposals. Not Birds of Prey. Danger Girl. It has to be that one.
Yeah.
And finally, I agree
Maybe
with
later
you guys.
we can talk about the cast.
Later episode.
And finally, I agree, Sandman. Something about Sandman.
Yeah.
Next
That
one,
was a good
please.
one.
Tico?
Tico Man.
I was thinking about a story I would really like to see turn into film. Would be The Golden Age by James Robinson. Great potential for a great story, and one of the best fight scenes in any comic I've read. The reveal at the end would be something else. I don't know if it would fit into a movie or have to make a mini series about it.
Couple of movies. Trilogy.
Yeah,
there
trilogy.
you go.
Would be good.
Trilogy of 5.
A 5-part trilogy, like Hitchhikers.
Yeah.
But I think it would hold up great. Another one I was talking about was Frank Miller's The Man Without Fear, which incidentally, I know he started out, that story started out as a screenplay, as a proposed for a Daredevil movie, but never happened. So he adapted it to a graphic novel, and that's how we got the miniseries. So, have the work is done. I think it would make a great movie, better than the Daredevil movie we saw, at least. And so we were talking about anti-heroes, and I just got the idea for a Deathstroke movie. That I think that would be great, because I think he's a great character. After Identity Crisis, he just raised himself. In at least in my opinion, he's a major player, and he should be great to see him in action.
Yeah,
Cool.
Okay.
Burrito Man.
My list. First of all, I would love to see Weapon X turn into a movie.
Oh, yeah.
It would be a great
A horror
film.
He's the alien now.
Yeah. Talking about maybe not movies, but an episode for an actual existing series. I would love to see Bruce Wayne make an appearance in Smallville. Of course, that it has to be a young Bruce Wayne in his way, training to become Batman and everything.
He stops in Smallville to
Stops in
grab a
Smallville,
meteorite. And he gets powers. Who would have thought of that plot?
Yeah, has to be with the mirrors. Very original.
Yes, never happened in.
Yeah, but like I know it's another thing that won't happen because that series is about Superman, and I would like to see the Bruce Wayne kick in the face,
Just humiliating
him like he always does, and taking Lana,
making out with her,
and say, "Hey, look,
knock
this
her
is
up.
the way it has to be done."
You schmuck.
You schmuck, you have two women hanging on your every word. What is this? Come on.
Okay,
Wake up, damn it.
Then.
Would be great if he figured out his powers or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Episode.
Something like that. Yeah.
No, he's a
He has to-
detective.
Detective. That's the one. Detective, but with Lana.
he frisked her very explicitly.
Then I would like to see a movie about Iron Man. I'm not
Oh,
that
yeah.
fan of the comic, but I think there is a character that a movie will be just great and maybe not so complicated to.
Yeah, even Hollywood wouldn't mess it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
And my last pick it would be Thor, but the storyline about Thor when Eric Masterson was Thor, when in the history where you can see Beta Ray Bill and where you see that Thor from the future and everything like that. Maybe not the whole story, but
When
maybe
Thor
just a part of
was
it.
missing.
Yeah,
he
they were
got
looking
trapped
for
in
the
somewhere.
for the original Thor, and that story it's really great.
Okay, fantastic. And now, Sensei, do you have a pick? Something that you would like to see turned into a movie?
Originally, I only thought of Prey that was published in
Batman
the
Prey.
Legends of the Dark Knight series. But during this time, I think that Kingdom Come would be a great movie.
Wow.
Another Advil, another Advil movie, but it would be good.
No.
Oh yeah.
I'm wondering why.
Yeah, you could see it.
I'm wondering why none of you that I know that you're really big fan of that comic think about Watchmen.
It's already being.
It's already
being spoken of. At least I don't know how far they are.
Oh boy.
the next year.
Next
really?
year.
Oh,
Yeah, that seems kind of rushed for such a complicated story. So rushed.
Okay, guys. Well, that's our answers to the crossover, and we hope to be able to do another one pretty soon. See ya, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye. Hasta la vista.
Baby.
Salud.
Saludos.
Oh, I have to turn our microphones up. I'm talking and no one was hearing. Yes. So they actually mentioned, I was so happy to hear Gru.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think, if they got Mark Evanier to write it, and if they did maybe like a Pixar-style Gru, not quite so cartoony, obviously, but captured the art of Sergio. Oh, man.
Well, do you remember the bloopers? Bleepers.
Oh yeah.
What the hell was that?
Bloopers and practical jokes.
Yeah.
They
Used
had
to have all the
Sergio little
things.
cartoons going on and stuff. Yeah. I mean, it could just. I mean, not. I don't know that he has the energy to draw an entire 2-hour cartoon animated movie.
I guess he would have to get other people in the style of it to really.
Yeah, because it would be so much work, and could anybody really draw like him? So, but I'm all for that. As long as Mark writes it. If Mark doesn't write it, you can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agreed with the Green Lantern and Iron Man. I'd love to see those, especially Green Lantern. I would love to see Green Lantern come very good. When the whole rumor came around about Jack Black, I mean, I usually try to see every movie no matter how bad it is, but I don't know. I was really going to draw the line for that. I mean, that was horrible.
I love Jack Black, but you can't take a superhero movie and make it a comedy. It's not.
Yeah,
that's not what I want to see.
If he was going to be Nort, okay, I could understand a Green Lantern. But,
well, they had one time in the 80s, I think they were going to do a Green Lantern vehicle for Eddie Murphy.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Whoa. Yeah, and then again, he probably would have found it and it would have been a big comedy, or whatever.
When one of them said Calvin and Hobbes, it made me think I'd love to see Bloom County. I used to love that strip.
I never read that.
I started reading it because it had a lot of Star Trek jokes. I think it was the USS Enterpoop was the one guy's wheelchair.
Yep.
And I just always loved that. I'd love to see a good JLA movie. I don't know why you can't get. If you can do X-Men, you got to be able to do JLA.
That's what I said.
My last one, Starman. I would love to see James Robinson write a good Starman movie. Even the TV show that was rumored would have been fantastic.
Yeah, I think those things, and I'm really surprised with the relative success of Smallville on TV and the huge success of all these comic movies. I can't believe that HBO has not gotten some deal going on with some more of the independent style, adult-oriented comics to do 13 episodes of some really, really awesome. And Starman would be perfect, or we talked about Preacher would be perfect. Any of those, and it's just.
Did they have success with the Spawn animated series?
Yeah,
that went on for like 3-4 seasons, right?
It seemed like when you have multiple seasons like that, it's got to be. And that was before the superhero craze kicked in.
Yeah, and that's coming back. I'm sure I just read that McFarlane's doing another cartoon series for one of the cable networks.
Mm-hmm.
They could even do. I mean, they do Deadwood, right? So they could do Jonah Hex, or grab any of their Wild West characters.
Or FX could do it.
Yeah.
I mean, Fox has already done. Which of they did an X-Men movie and one of the other movies or whatever. So it's like, or Daredevil, I think.
Yeah, Nick Fury.
David Hasselhoff, Nick Fury. Somebody, I forget who did. I have it on tape.
It was on Fox. I think it aired on Fox.
Yeah, it was on Fox.
But
they also were the ones who put out Generation X at that time too.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the Nick Fury movie as much as others.
I never saw
Not high on my list, but it's better than some of the others.
Never saw it.
Jamie, did you say Strangers in Paradise last time we talked about this? I don't remember if you did or didn't.
If I didn't, it would make a good one. I wasn't even thinking when they posed this question at first about not comic book, but cartoon, newspaper cartoon series such as Calvin and Hobbes and all that. And I agree. As soon as I heard Calvin and Hobbes, like, why didn't I think of that as an animated series? And Gru has to be animated. There's no way it can be live action. I agree with George of the Jungle. Even though I like George of the Jungle, it didn't work as well as the Jay Ward stuff did as an animated series. But Pixar, I could just, and you said not cartoony. That's all Gru is cartoony.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I didn't want it to be cutesy cartoony.
Well, no, you're right. It shouldn't be cutesy. It should be more along the Shrek lines of maybe it works on one level of the stupid jokes of how stupid he is for the kids, but then your adult. And I'm not talking about kids as in my 4-year-old niece. I'm talking about kids as in my a 10, 12-year-old kid, but then it all could also work on the the level of an adult where they see where this is going, or like the Looney Tune cartoons work on so many levels. They work on the kid level and the adult level.
And I loved their thoughts about Golden Age.
Yeah.
That would make a hell of
Never
some
thought
kind
of
of
that.
mini series or again TV show. God, I mean, now that we're talking about it, and now that they're going to make Star Wars a TV show, it's like, damn it, they got to get more good. I'm so enjoying. We watch every single TV series that HBO does, every single one, and they're all awesome. Some a little more awesome than others, but they're all really, really good TV shows. And it's like somebody needs to do this with a comic book. It's just killing me now.
Look what they did with Carnival. I mean, that's got mysticism and all kinds of neat special effects. I mean, that's not that far off from with whatever budget they have.
Preacher, it's Carnival.
Yeah, that would have been.
It's almost Preacher in a different. It's different than Preacher, but it could easily. They could do the same thing and just make.
They could do like a Sandman very easily. A Sandman.
Well, the
thing.
problem with networks is they're too busy trying to come up with new reality TV series.
But that's what I mean. Not HBO.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying. If others like FX, I wouldn't have a problem after seeing shows like The Shield, Nip Tuck. I mean, they could do a decent series, but it seems like
absolutely
a lot of the networks we got to get on this reality TV
right. So
thing
screw the networks. They can not make any money off of it. I don't care. That's why I want somebody who's got some brains behind the decision making to say, let's do this because this is important.
When they said Kingdom Come, I agree. I have the tape cassettes that they put out of that, and it's a full cast. And it's great. I love listening to it. It's fantastic. I think Golden Age is a better story overall than Kingdom Come, but you came close with just doing the full cast radio type broadcast that I enjoyed.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like especially nowadays, creators are coming up with all these stories with the intent of hoping to get that movie deal. You know what I mean? Like this is where all the ideas are coming from, basically, or comics. And a lot of times they do the book. And right away, they're talking movie deals, or some company has bought the rights, and it's like
just at the Wizard Show when I met Richard Hatch, he's got a new comic book coming out that he's developed, and guys are writing and drawing. And he was telling me he's already got a movie deal in the work. I mean, the thing comes out in July. He's already got stuff, video game, books, everything.
Yeah, that's where the new money is now, and so it's like
merchandising.
Yeah. Well, they're seeing success with it, so. Of course, they're going to try to milk it for all it's worth, but if that gets us more comic movies and somebody do a TV show.
Where's the Moon Knight series? I'll settle for an HBO or FX.
They did Nightman. Remember that Nightman series they had? Nightman from Malibu?
Megaverse or whatever it was called.
Yeah. Even they had that Mutant X. I never really watched that. But
which one?
They still syndicate that. That's still syndicated on. Cancel, like Angel, Cancel, all these other shows
Except
I watch.
for Charm,
keep
that's
that
the one
around.
that gets me. That show's still on
as
well.
That was even rumored for a spin-off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, okay, Comic Geekos, I hope that, they just answered us, so we're done with that.
We're done.
I don't know
the
what
next one's on us.
While they were talking, I'm thinking of stuff. I'm like,
we have to shoot the next one down.
Yeah, we do.
About that.
But we have to do it in Spanish.
That's
Remember
right.
we said. So
that's right. We promised the next one will be in Spanish.
They might be waiting a little bit for that.
We just have to come
Peter
up
will
with a
work
topic.
on the translation.
Yeah,
I can translate. If I have 10 minutes, I can translate. It's not a big deal. It won't be entirely grammatically correct, but you'll get the idea. All right. Well, that's that. So let's move on to the next piece.
Can I throw out some news items?
Time to stump the Rios.
Now is the time on Comic Geek Speak when we dance.
That's right. All right, who's doing Stump the Rios this week?
Me and Jamie each have a question.
Oh.
I might be able to come up with a third one. So
wait, you mean we're not prepared with three full questions?
Matt was supposed to come up with the third question.
Let me go first, and then you go, and then I'll try to think of one. Okay, to keep in what we're going to be doing in the next couple weeks, our Book of the Month Club, I was brushing up on my Crisis on Infinite Earths, and I thought of, as soon as I read this issue 1, I thought, wow, that's a great Comic Geek question. In the first issue of Crisis on Infinite Earths, the Monitor sends out Harbinger to collect 15 heroes and villains from different times and different places in the DC universe.
Well, that is a good question.
Name them, and you must be specific on 2 of them.
Okay.
You're
going to make me get all 15, huh?
Yeah, well, I'll go 13 out of 15 because you should know
I'll do
this.
my
You
best.
love this.
Yeah, I do love
comic,
it. And I
so-
know it's that double-page spread where they're all there. All right.
I could even name some of them.
I could name some of them, but I
couldn't
couldn't
get
do.
15.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just write a few down just so I can. Okay, yeah, okay. We got Arion, or the sorcerer. I never know
Here.
how to pronounce Arion.
Arian.
Arion. Obsidian.
Yes.
Geoforce.
Yes.
Cyborg. The female firebrand.
Hang on. You're going a little bit.
Sorry.
Geoforce.
Peter's pen
Cyborg.
is moving it
Peter
from
got too
Teen
excited.
Titans. Light speed here.
The female firebrand.
Firebrand, yes.
The Earth 2 Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn Star.
Okay.
Dr. Polaris.
Yep.
Firestorm. Killer Frost. Solivar, the Gorilla City King.
Yep.
What's his name? John Stewart, Green Lantern.
Yep.
Shit, don't punk out now.
How many is that? You wrote down a
that's
lot.
12.
Oh,
come on, hold on there. Hold on.
Come on, Peter. You said you want to
Oh
make
my
this into
God.
underlings for yourself.
Hold on. You're not counting like Harbinger?
No.
Okay, good.
Nope.
Oh God, 3! Come on, I can do this.
You
Even
have
just
to get-
one.
You have to get one more
I
for
know.
the answer to count. I love it. Oh,
I did Dawn Star.
if you crunch your forehead, if you furrow your brow anymore,
Yeah. It's gonna
your
crack.
skin is gonna just explode.
Oh my God, I can't believe I need just one more.
But that won't be enough to personally satisfy you.
Yeah,
you
I
need
need
three.
all 3. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're also on the cover. That's the thing, and I'm trying to picture that cover. Where they're all kind of like floating
Oh,
away.
I know one you didn't
No, it's not.
Oh.
Damn. Oh my God.
Clock is ticking.
Blue Beetle? No.
How soon they forget he dies and you forgot him.
So he is
Yes.
okay. So that's my 13. Woo. That's right, because he was the
Say
one.
he dies and you forget him. How can you? And you said it wasn't first shock value?
Wow, I only 2 more, and I really am. Although I got the 13, but who are the other 2?
I think I know one.
Hold on there.
I'm not answering.
He's not done yet.
Solivar.
He's on the ropes.
Wow, I feel bad because this is probably so boring as I try to come up with these next 2, and I just.
No, they're at home laughing.
Let's see.
They're yelling the
It's
answers
not
to you.
Justice League.
Yeah.
It's
Come
not
on, you
JSA.
dumbass.
Just 2.
No. Well, I got my 13. So is there a hint? Like, could you tell me what Earth
Was
they're
it-
from?
Was one of them Dr. Light?
No.
Oh.
One of
he,
them.
he goes to get Dr. Light after one of these people has gotten.
Oh, what about the guy who makes everybody have
Dr.
emotions?
Psycho, a Psycho Pirate.
Yeah.
Psycho
Psycho
Pirate.
Oh, I
Thank
got one
you.
Peter
Yes,
didn't
you
get.
did.
Say
But wait, you
Psycho
said he
Pirate
goes to
leaves-
get
well,
Dr.
no,
Light?
Yeah, because Psycho Pirate gets taken. Well, we're spoiling it, but Psycho Pirate gets taken by the.
Right. Yeah.
And then he says to Harbinger, "Go get me the new Dr. Light."
Oh, yeah. That's right.
So-
All right. So Psycho Pirate, and then who the hell?
Author in mind that I think it's Lex Luthor
No.
or
No,
Alexander Luthor.
No,
No.
that's not one of them. Although Alexander
But he's not on
will
the-
come
He's on the cover.
He's on the cover,
but
that's
he's
what I
not
said,
one of the.
13.
What
because
Earth?
he gets sent out.
He's Earth 2.
I'm truly not sure. I will tell you, it's a bad guy.
Yeah. I already said Dr. Polaris, right? It's a bad guy. Wow. I know I
And
should.
you
Oh!
can see his.
Oh, wait. Simon
Yep. I say you can see his brain.
Oh,
from
there
the
you
Fearsome
go,
5. Woohoo!
Yeah.
All but
So
that
that's-
one. Damn.
So that wasn't bad.
I'm sweating.
But heck, 13. That was good.
Psycho Pirate.
All right, my question.
Wow. That's
There-
how much I love that series, man.
There is a person that does voices for the superhero cartoons. Current more current superhero cartoons.
Okay.
Name is Tara Strong. She has done 2 voices on 2 popular cartoons. Who are they?
Raven.
Yes.
And Supergirl, or is it Batgirl? Shit. Tara Strong does Raven. I would say Supergirl.
Batgirl.
Ah! Blast.
Thank God. Batgirl.
That's still a half, though.
Yeah, that's still half. I found that I was looking for. I thought the one person in. I picked up Lois and Clark season 1, and I thought one of the people in the pilot show was the voice of Poison Ivy on the Batman. So I started going through all these characters. I'm like, oh, I didn't know she did Tara Strong. Wait a minute, and I went over and found out she does
cool.
Raven. I'm like, ah, cool.
Wait, Tara Strong's in pilot is.
No. I thought from searching out this other name, I found Tara Strong did both of these voices.
Anybody else? We need a third one.
You have a question, Jamie?
I do, but it's.
I mean, I've already
so,
get.
you're not stumping anybody.
Yeah.
Marvel team up out of the Marvel universe. It was usually Spider-Man or at times Human Torch, and I guess there were a couple Hulk, where it was Hulk and somebody else, and Human Torch and somebody else. There was one issue that wasn't either any of those 3 in Marvel team up. Who was it?
Ooh, that's tough. Oh. Yeah. Franklin Richards and Aunt May.
Yep.
Yeah, that was during the assistant editors month. Nice, good question.
I wasn't going to say assistant editors month because I knew you were getting
it
right
away.
away.
Yeah, then I get it right away. Yeah. Ooh, 2.5. If I would have just guessed that back.
Yeah, thank God you guessed Supergirl.
I should have said 15. As much as you love that
I'm
series.
so happy that I got Psycho Pirate.
Psycho
and Peter
Pirate,
didn't.
yeah.
I mean, I didn't remember his name. I knew he, made people have emotions, fears or whatever.
Yeah, that's totally cool.
But all right,
we don't stump Peter on crisis questions too much.
That was a hell of a round. Wow.
We got a couple shout-outs we should give.
Go ahead.
Bruce Rosenberger. Well, actually, Steve, his buddy Steve, I guess, sent us a Dutchie Digest.
Yes.
Issue number 1.
That looks interesting, Navanst.
It is. And also a White Walrus, which is kind of like an action, beat 'em up kind of story. And also like an environmental story kind of mixed in.
Yeah, that's
put in a story for the kids.
Yeah. But they're just little kind of like pamphlet comics. Ashcan. Yeah, thank you. I was trying to think of the word. And they're really kind of funny. Stephen Hager and Bruce Rosenberger now. And they even have a shoe fly pie recipe on the back
That's
of the
good. I hope it's wet bottom.
Love shoe fly pie.
Because if it ain't wet bottom, it ain't shoe fly pie.
That's right.
No? It says shoe fly pie.
Well, I don't know. You have to read
Here,
it.
you look at it.
Got to look at it and see how it tastes when it comes
out.
out.
Thank you guys for sending this to us. They're a hoot. They're absolutely a hoot. A hoot
now.
I love it.
Yeah, it's wet bottom.
Yeah, see, they know their stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because some people make shoe fly pie that's dry bottom, and that's just
that
not nearly
is
as
not
good.
shoe fly pie.
The White Walrus is created by Thomas P. Laitinen. Laitinen. And he even says, and he apologizes for it. And it's published by Steve Hager. Cool.
I wanted to shout out to Tom, Mr. Fusion. I wanted to thank you very much for the shirts, which were very, very cool. I wore mine on Friday with pride, walking around. So he sent us some ILM T-shirts.
That's right.
Which was very, very cool.
That was awesome. Yeah, if anybody else wants to send us
free
T-shirts,
T-shirts.
we love that. We love it.
Extra large, double X.
I'm a medium.
I'll pimp anything.
I'm a medium.
Medium to large.
I'll settle for money. I mean, I don't need merchandise.
What else did we get? Was there anything else?
I want to throw out some DC points that came out of the convention, and they have posted on their site now.
Well, hold on.
Or
about shout-outs. I thought there was something like...
Is there something else we want to
Well, Bob gave us those Doctor Who.
Yes. The ones that we're not allowed to see because it's not available commercially in the United States.
I meant old Doctor Who.
We didn't get those.
I meant old Doctor Who, the old Doctor Who. That's what I'm talking about.
He bought us the DVDs.
Okay. Erase that. We'll edit that. No, we won't. I thought we got something else. I guess not.
But my mailbox has been, it's usually like about once a week now. I get something in the mail, which is kind of exciting. It's cool.
I love getting mail. Oh, I love getting mail.
Yeah, and definitely, stump the Rios questions because if I don't get any of those questions, you get we send you free swag. We have like some things that now we send out, so it's your chance to get free stuff. I'm sure we'll be having another contest soon. I know we talked about something, but we
do have something in the works,
right?
So I should know later this week. So maybe by the next podcast, we'll be able to announce our next contest.
Cool.
Very cool.
All right.
All right, DC stuff that came out of the convention that I thought was interesting. Adam and Andy Kubert signed a 3-year DC exclusive contract. Their father will also be writing and drawing a new Sergeant Rock series.
That's very cool.
Green Lantern Corps. Oh, go ahead, Jay.
Hopefully it'll just be a little bit better drawn than the last one. I have to admit, I picked it up. It was Brian Azzarello written, Joe Kubert drawn, and looked like it was kind of rushed. I was kind of disappointed with
the man's getting old, though, too.
Well, yeah, he's getting old, but then don't draw if you can't get it to looking good.
I also liked when they announced that at that one DC panel. I liked how Dan Didio said that that their father was such a mainstay in DC that they wanted to bring the sons in to be part of the DC history as well. I thought that was cool. But they didn't announce what they were doing at all yet, I don't think.
Plus, it was a good FU to Marvel, too. So.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I actually have a feeling, my guess, since they wouldn't say who was drawing it, my guess is Vigilante is one of the things they're going to draw. Because they made mention there was going to be a new Vigilante series that Bruce Jones was going to write. And they said, well, who's going to draw it? And he's like,
Actually, I know who that is.
Kind of.
That they posted it on the DC boards. That's one of my points down a little bit. Bart Sears.
Oh, okay.
That's what they have on the website anyway. I was surprised to see it.
I got to just interject. I think we talked about it a little bit, but DC's presence at this Wizard World was through the roof. I mean, I'm a huge Marvel zombie, and Marvel made no impression whatsoever at the show. It was totally like a lifeless...
Just in your freebie, like the poster giveaways that DC does.
Marvel never does anything.
Yeah, they never. DC had buttons and at least 8 different posters.
Yeah. Great year for posters. Oh, yeah. Boy, the posters. I love that they had the DC logo poster alone.
Right.
That was probably one of my favorites, and it's very simple, but I loved it.
Yeah,
I mean, the whole Batman Begins movie thing.
Big congratulations to DC for
definitely.
really shining.
You could feel everybody.
The energy for DC was intense, and that's what I mean. When you were just walking around the show, you just know it's the year of DC at that convention. No questions asked. I mean, in a way, that disappoints me as big of a Marvel fan that I am. I mean, I've grown to really love DC as well, but I mean, for Marvel to be the biggest company in comic books and to have no emotion at the comic convention at all, like their panels, their stand, they have for the last 3 years. Their stand has had nothing. It's a waiting line for autographs. When they're not signing,
portfolio reviews.
Yeah, when they're not signing, there's nothing there. So they have a couple big posters made up of cover art to the next couple things.
I think that was this year too. I don't think they had that other years even.
It's like, that's it. It's like, you're Marvel. You need to have the biggest booth in the whole convention. You need to be handing stuff out. You need to have people all around the place. Nothing. They got nothing.
And even the DC people, they every year. They always seem very accessible to just go up and talk to or shake hands or thank you. Whatever you want to do, they're right there waiting for it.
Scott Beatty sitting there.
Yeah. Nobody
was even talking to him. It's like, I think they didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
Because he's not one of the top 10. He doesn't have his little head in Wizard. And nobody knows what he looks like.
Right.
Well, me and Brian on Sunday morning walked into the show together, and Brian pointed out, there's Scott Beatty. And it was just after I had gotten Son of Vulcan the night before, and I ran up to him and I said, hey, you know what? I love what you do on Batgirl Year One, and I love what you do on Year One, and I got this Son of Vulcan just because of you. And I love when he talks. He seems to be, the way they portrayed it, the big Batman aficionado of the DC Universe writers right now. And I love it. I love that I can go up and talk to him like that. And he's like, oh, great. Hope you enjoy it. Let me know.
$5 it says Wizard still says Marvel had a better year.
Yeah. If they do, I'll drop that damn magazine faster than I don't know what. I mean, not only are they bringing back Sergeant Rock, but they're also bringing back Warlord, and Warlord. They want to bring back.
Let's see.
Jonah
Hex is coming back in
so
October.
they're going to their war comics, their fantasy comics, and their Wild West. They're bringing all those back. I love that.
That's cool.
Jonah Hex is Jimmy Palmiotti, and Justin Gray is drawing. Green Lantern Corps is coming back in September, written by Jeff Johns and Dave Gibbons. Gail Simone is going to do the 2-issue Teen Titans stint with Rob Liefeld, bringing back Hawk and Dove. Yeah, I know. But the DC guys were excited for it. So, I mean, they haven't steered us wrong yet. I'll get it. I'll be getting it.
Jamie won't.
Nope.
Yeah, Jamie won't.
Nope, it's in this order form, and I skipped right over it.
Supergirl #1 comes out, written by Jeff Loeb, with a regular cover and one by Mike Turner. The ratio is 75-25. It's odd that they did a ratio
Horseshit.
like that. Yeah. Showcase Presents is a new format that DC was very excited about and poked a little fun at the fact that they never did it before. Takes off of the Marvel Essentials, like 500-page black and white. First one is Superman, I believe, and
Nice.
All-Star Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder comes out in July. So that's my
And their
plugs.
biggest thing, real quick, is their 1 year later
Oh, yes.
new announcement that they made.
Yeah.
That's going to happen after Infinite Crisis, where they're going to
Everything jumps
everything
ahead.
jumps a year later, and then eventually down the road they'll explain what happened in that year.
That's a cool concept.
Yeah.
I wonder if they didn't. That wasn't on their bullet board, and I actually forgot about that. But I wonder if they kept that off purposely.
Possibly.
Yeah, it could be.
It was good.
All right. Well, and thus ends episode 31. So, if you want to email us, it's comicgeekspeak@gmail.com. Our blog is comicgeekspeak.blogspot.com. For information about the Comics Podcast Network, go to comicspodcast.com, where you can find out everything that's going on all the other comic podcasts.
Send us your Geek of the Day.
That's right. Send us your audio or written Geek of the Day, as well as your audio or written Stump the Rios questions.
Keep reading your crisis so we can talk about it later on. Send us emails and such. Geek of the Days on that.
And we're thanking Bob at GameCircuit.net for hosting us and getting your episodes out to you very swiftly. Vote for us at Podcast Alley. We really, really want your votes. Again,
Check out the link for Brian's bicycle event.
Yes, my MS-150. I'm asking you for $1 to help me raise the money I need to ride this race.
Click
it means
the-
a lot because my buddy's mom has MS, and so now I'm riding for her personally. So
Click the Google ads.
yes, click the Google ads. We're up to like $25 now. So also we have T-shirts available for $10. That includes shipping. You can find the order for that on our blog. And if you live anywhere exciting in the world, send me a postcard to let us
Greedy
know.
bastard.
No, I mean
know,
a postcard.
I'm
It's
kidding,
so
I'm
cheap.
kidding.
I have a postcard collection, and it's fun for the show.
Yeah,
to
sure.
know, and I'll scan them in, and I'll post them on the blog.
We're going to run out of time. You better hurry up.
All right. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.